It's a joke.
Mick in Hollywood. You're live with Eric and Jamie. How's it going?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Hey.
Hello. I'm not really sure how to start this.
That's okay.
Cool. What did you want to
I just want to say thank you for letting everyone call in, because I've been watching your show for a little while now.
Yay.
And I've always wanted to call in, but I don't know. Something today just told me to do it.
All right.
So
Maybe it was God.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Boo. I got a boo in the audience. This is my first boo from the audience. I'm pretty happy about this.
Go for a second one. Go for a second one.
All right. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, so like a little background, I've come from a pretty religious family. I went to school and, you know, I did a lot of Sunday school. My parents taught Sunday school. We did church every Sunday. And, you know, as an adult, I find myself not too much into that with my family. I identify as an atheist now. And it's a little difficult because my whole family is just so enveloped in this religion to the point where I'm scared that if I vocalize my truths or my for what they'll consider an opinion, even though I consider it to be the truth, they'll pretty much just like back away from me. And I have a niece that I'm worried about. You know, I don't want her to grow up in a world where she thinks that, you know, religion is everything and it's the defining factor, because I truly believe it was harmful for me to grow up in that kind of environment. And it's difficult. I'm not quite sure how to navigate through this particular part of my life now, because I feel like I'm always walking around eggshells.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love my family. It's infuriating sometimes.
Yeah.
Totally understood. Totally understood. Well, there are a couple things you can do. There is the outward facing and the inward facing, right? So in the outward facing, if you get the chance, if you can and are able, Southern California has a lot of good secular groups. I would suggest connecting with them. And also if you like what we do, share, like, and subscribe. It doesn't just matter, like, it's not just that, you know, it's not just donations, right? If everyone watching, we have 758 people watching right now. And out of that 758, 122 upvotes. But if we moved that up, right, if we were able to get more likes and more subscriptions, we would be bumped up further in what is recommended by YouTube. And by doing that, you would actually be doing your part to help get us out in front of more people, right? And so that is one thing that you can do. You can also share. I'm sorry, I'm shilling out because I'm taking this opportunity.
No,
but
that's important, because everyone needs that community. And you know, to be honest, like I have a group of friends that feels like a community enough, but I know that I feel like talking to people within that community that have dealt with it, because my friends didn't grow up in the same kind of, you know, general, I don't want to call it brainwashing, but it felt like brainwashing. You know, I felt like when I really opened my eyes and I realized what was happening, and especially being like younger than some of the people around me, it was just really shocking, because people should be allowed to question things. People should be allowed to go out and figure out their own things, learn things for their own, take science for a fact and not just a suggestion. That's, you know, that this world is going to be crumbling if people don't do things like that. And it's,
well, take the method.
Infuriating.
Take the scientific method as the most reliable way to come to know true things, for sure.
Yeah. Can I ask what religion it was that you were raised in specifically?
Yeah, I was raised into Catholicism, but I do have a few people within my family who are like born again Christians. So I kind of had to fight it off from both sides. So it was a little, a lot.
You know, what's funny is I spent a lot of time in North Hollywood, so I probably spent a lot of time around your stomping grounds. If you spend a lot of time but in your personal life, it can depend so much on your relationship with your family. You know, I can give you a couple pointers,
because I do have a strong relationship with them. Yeah,
that's wonderful. So long as it's not toxic, you know, and it doesn't sound that way. But I've got a few pointers for you. Number one, what helped me the most during the holidays when we got together for, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and that kind of stuff, when everyone got together to pray, I, instead of sitting out and being really awkward, I remember I said, you know what? It's okay, you guys. I respect your faith tradition. Please don't feel uncomfortable about doing this in front of me. And it totally flipped what they were expecting. And they went, oh yeah, okay, we're going to pray, you know, and all of a sudden there wasn't this weird expectation. It didn't get really wonky. And I was considered very generous. Give that a shot. It worked. At least it worked for me.
And
go ahead.
the thing with that is I do kind of do that. I guess I haven't vocalized to them, you know, like my lack of belief, I guess.
Oh.
Because that's genuine.
Yeah.
Like, that's the genuine problem is once that happens, I know that it's kind of like a wall will shut down, or they'll be like, oh, you know, she died and she's not a part of the family anymore. And I you know, I'm a little scared of that because
you expect
my family
that
means
to happen
so
with
much
your family?
to me. It's ridiculous.
Do you expect that might happen with your family?
I mean, I've kind of seen it with other family members from, you know, I don't want to say close family members because no one in my close family has really gone through this, but I have had like distant relatives that have gone through this process. And it was started off of something as small as like getting a tattoo. And they were like, oh my God, you know, you ruined your life. That's God's body, not yours, and this and that. And it's like, well, I don't know what you guys are going to feel about my multiple tattoos. Or
yeah, that's real weird.
I feel kind of like a double life, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know how to merge them, and it's so stressful having to balance.
Well, financial dependence can be another really hard issue. Are you able to be independent from them, or are you reliant on them?
I am actually independent from them. Sometimes they're reliant on me.
Hey!
But it's not really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're that close with them, do you think that they don't have an idea? I mean, you don't go to church with them, do you?
I know my parents do, and I feel like my parents won't mind so much. It's more like my aunts and my sisters that I'd be a little more worried about.
You know, what's funny is when my family started finding out that I don't believe, it was the family members who were so holier than thou that they couldn't really, you know, do anything without it being because God told them to. Those were the ones who don't talk to me anymore. And I gotta admit, it really wasn't a big loss. It might not be the same for you, but there's a toxicity to that. You know, the last time I went to church, it was for a wedding, and I went back to my old church, and they had these pictures on the walls of every time that they went to a third world country and built shitty huts. You know, have you heard the term the Great White Hope?
Look at how great we are.
Yeah, no, it was the Great White Hope. You know, it was all these middle class white people going to all the brown people and making all their problems better. And it was just real icky. It was real weird. You know, if you come out as an atheist, there is a good chance that you may lose a few people or even maybe one person. But if that's the case, that does weigh against. I'm glad that you know that you probably won't lose your core family group. That is really important. After that, there's just some mental calculus about whether or not you living your honest life is worth you losing a few members of that family. And really, you're not losing them. They're losing you, right? You're not telling them, I don't want to talk to you. They're deciding that they can't be involved in your life, right? So I guess that's up to you, but you're not doing anything wrong by being honest with the people that you love. And if other people feel like it's wrong that you're being honest with the people that you love, then that reflects very poorly on them, but not on you.
True. Thank you. I hear people clapping in the background.
Yeah. That made me feel real good.
Yeah. No, yeah. I heard the claps and I was like, mentally, that's what I'm doing as well.
All right.
Yeah, because I think that's really the thing is like I think I just needed to hear that. from someone who isn't directly next to me. Does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
from a genuine outside perspective.
You've got a big hug from Jamie and I and all of the people in the studio audience and all the people on the other side of the wall. We're cheering for you. We're rooting for you. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. And let us know.
I do just want to say, like, thank you to you guys, like, just again, one more time, because to be very honest, I found you guys through my boyfriend, and he started playing you guys, and at first I was like, okay, what are you guys, like, what are you watching? Because the callers were, like, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But after a while, it was kind of like, oh my God, I know how to navigate through situations with these people now, because I see these people all the time, and I used to work in a situation with these people, and just listening to the way that you guys talk to them, it really, really helped me learn how to navigate through those situations, like, safely.
Yeah.
And without yelling and on the high ground. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and shout out to all the other people who are feeling the same.
You're also getting a huge amount of love in the live chat. I suggest you check out the live chat because they're all sending you hugs as well.
Positive emojis.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah. And
all right.
what I will say is, and let us know what you decide and what you do and what's going on. Keep in touch.
Yes. And your boyfriend sounds awesome.
Yeah, because as much...
He is. He's a pretty awesome guy, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
his name is Matt, so...
Hi, Matt.
Well, you're always welcome to visit because we're here as well. But keeping in mind that in the same way that you watching us talk to other callers helped you, you've kind of already helped by calling in and having this conversation with us. So if it's worth anything to you, you are helping other people too. So
it is.
Oh,
love rings.
Yeah, you're getting
situation is hard.
You're getting love rings from the back.
No, I started those by gesturing at them. That's how tech works.
So we're going to move on, but thank you so much for calling in.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, of course, guys.
Definitely let us know.
Inspired and have a great day. Of course, I will. I will definitely be calling you guys back.
Yay. Okay.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.